Gentleman's time has expired. Mr. Lamborn.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Secretary James, and thank you for coming to Colorado Springs last week. It was good to see you there. And you both know that the Air Force Academy is in my district. And like Representative Forbes, I am very disturbed about what happened with this cadet. I believe it was a suppression of his religious rights. And I'm going to ask you in a minute about funding cuts at Air Force Academy, and I want to defend the Academy, but my job's frankly been made a little bit harder because of that. Before I get to that, let me talk about a different issue concerning, and this is purely of local interest to the folks who live around there, the flight paths. There's been some concern about changes in the flight patterns, and I've expressed my concern to you, and you said that you would work with me and you'd work with the local residents on that, and I appreciate that. Just wanted to call that to your attention. Now, on the funding issue, the Air Force Academy is cutting 10 majors and 100 positions because of budget considerations. Now, I don't see that happening, though, at the U.S. Naval Academy, at West Point, or at the Merchant Marine Academy. Why is there this, what appears to me, a discrepancy in how the service academies are treating budget cuts?
Yes, ma'am. Thanks for the question, Congressman. This is a really important topic. One of the things I asked General Johnson to do when she first went to be the superintendent of the Academy was to take an objective look at the Air Force Academy. After she figured out exactly what the programs were, how they were organized, I asked her to form a small group and design in private what the Air Force Academy would look like if she was building it today. Not architecturally, but program-wise. What would the content be? What would the academic curriculum be? What would the sports program be? What would the military training program be? And then after she watched the way it is today, at the end of her first year, this coming summer, that I wanted to sit down with her and have her tell me if it's different than the way we would design it today, where is it different, why is it different, and what should we change? One of the things she has already done is created a paper called The Essence of the Air Force Academy, which is her view and a view of a group she's working with of what is absolutely required for our young men and women to go through at the Academy so that we produce the best possible lieutenants for the United States Air Force and for the nation. As part of that, she is looking at everything from course content, number of majors offered, all those things, and some of this is caught up in that effort. It's not all funding cuts. And so I'd tell you that up front.
Okay, thank you.
Yes,
Appreciate
sir.
that explanation. On an entirely different subject, with the 52nd Airlift Squadron losing airplanes, an associated unit is the 302nd, and they have the, among other missions, the Airborne Firefighting Mission, or MAFS, which is important in the West for fighting wildfires. Being able to dump thousands of gallons of retardant and water on a wildfire. So will those cuts in the 52nd Airlift Squadron hurt the capability of the 302nd, which is an associated unit, of being able to carry out its mission, especially its MAFS mission in particular?
Congressman, I'll have to get back with you on the specifics after talking to General Frank Grass and the National Guard Bureau and our Chief of the Air National Guard, but I guarantee you General Grass is not interested in cutting MAF's capability anywhere in the U.S. right now. In fact, we've been looking to expand it in any way we can, so I can't imagine we're going to impact that dramatically, but let me get the details back.
Okay, that's a reassuring answer. I appreciate that, and I look forward to getting further specifics from you. And lastly, I just want to call to your attention the tragic Aviano F-16 crash last year, where upon ejection, one of our best pilots lost his life. And are you familiar with the progress of ejection seats over the years and how older ones don't really fit the current needs? And what is the Air Force going to do to get a newer, better generation of ejection seat? Can you answer that for me?
Congressman, there's a study underway now about the problem is performance of the airplane versus technological development in the seat. The seat is a very capable seat. It meets all the requirements that we set for the seat. The problem in the Aviano incident specifically when Luke Grunther was killed was that he ejected at a very high rate of speed, and no seat that we have today would protect you in that flight envelope. The question is, can we develop one that we can expand and fly in a larger flight envelope so it can handle ejection at a higher speed under more G-forces? We have a study underway to look at that now.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.